Welcome back, everybody. This is Ingrimmm again, one of the Minecrafters, and today I'm going to be showing you the second part of the tutorial for High Speed Quarries. The first part, seen before me here, was demonstrating how to set up a remote power core, which is going to generate power and then send it remotely to anywhere in the world, which we're going to use to actually power our quarries. So the next part is actually very simple. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quarry, we're just going to set it up right here in the middle of everything, and then because we have this remote power core, we don't need to ever hook up anything. We don't need to worry about steam engines. We don't need to worry about supplying combustion engines with fuel or coal or whatever in the world you want, water, everything. What we're going to do is we can go anywhere in the world, and this three machine setup right here, we got the quarry, we have a gold conductive pipe, and then we have a phased conductive pipe. We're going to take that phased conductive pipe, and over here we set it to channel 100. And let me just change this to send and receive. In case power comes back through, it won't explode. Then we're going to take this, send and receive, channel 100, number of outputs 2, here we go, and anything that this thing generates, it will automatically be transferred into this machine, and this quarry will run at absolutely top speed. So we'll get these things going, and we can see already the quarry is already powering up. That little guy is going to go, he's got to clear his whole way, and then he's going to immediately start setting up the frame. And you can see how fast that frame is being set up. This thing will actually run at top speed, so I don't want it to send blocks everywhere. I'll let it send a couple just so you can see how fast it's going. But what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to set up a void pipe, and we're going to pump everything into a void pipe so that it doesn't crash our little setup here. So there you go, this thing's warring to life, and it's going to start ripping through blocks pretty quick. So let's let it go through the first layer, and you can see how fast it's going. Once it hits a layer, that's how fast this thing's going to move. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a void pipe on there, and we'll shut that guy off. So this guy will actually run, he'll run at top speed. The more engines that you add to this power core, the faster this whole setup will run, and the more quarries you'll be able to support off of that. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually added a couple more combustion engines over here, and those guys are running at pretty well full steam. This thing now you can see is screaming extremely fast, and what I want to show you is that I just have a bunch of ugly, horribly designed setup quarries over here, but I want to show you that this thing can run a ridiculous amount off that one power core. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to slap some void pipes on these, or we'll definitely crash what we're doing here, and I'm just going to run some more of our gold conductive pipe, connect everything in, and then I'm going to slap our phase conductive pipe in, and we're going to tune it to the frequency that everybody else is at. So now this thing is going to start getting gobs of power. If you run into bottlenecks, which you might with all that power coming through one pipe, you can actually put more here, and that's fine. We'll add a couple more, send and receive, and now we can see that power is really flooding in. These are expensive to make. You don't necessarily need to have all these guys on here, but we can see that we have these quarries are building themselves right next to each other. They're moving along at a pretty good clip, and again, that's with we don't have very many combustion engines, so you can imagine if you added a larger core to this setup, you'd be able to move a substantial amount of earth. So there you go. For those who asked, this is how you set up an extremely high speed quarry. Since I set up that other thing, we're already down that far. We run, again, like I said, we run 64 by 64. We run 4 of those off of a setup just like this, and it runs very well and extremely fast. So as always, guys, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, or if you get stuck with anything, if anything in here wasn't covered thoroughly enough, let us know in the comments or on the blog at theminecrafters.com. Thanks for watching, and stay poised.